All right, let's get started. I am so happy to have everybody on the call today. Let's see if I can minimize this. Okay, perfect. Awesome. This is week 2 of GOT marketing training. GOT stands for Get Out There Marketing. So I started this series. I'm doing 6 weeks of trainings every week because I'm so passionate about helping you get your message out there, get your brand out there. I work with angel entrepreneurs, and if you're on this call right now, you are an angel entrepreneur, and I ask the angels to only bring in people who are meant to be in this group. So if you're here on purpose. You've been called specifically by the angels to be in this group. They want to help you get your message out there because your brand, your service, your offering, your product, your business, whatever it may be, is out there to uplift the vibration of the earth and the people on it, to help people become happier, live the lives that they're meant to live. And I'm so happy to be here to support you in that journey. So my name is Aditi Ramchandani. For those of you who may be new, who are watching this replay, I'm an angel intuitive and a marketing coach. I love to help people take their gift that is changing people's lives and expand it and get it to more people out there. And all these marketing techniques work, whether you have a services business or a product-based business. It works for everything. So today, week 2 training, we're going to be talking about finding your Navy. Last week, we did how to grow your brand, and the replay is in the Facebook group if you haven't watched it already. So the Facebook group is Marketing for Angelic Entrepreneurs. If you're not a part of it, you can join it. It's completely free. It is at themarketingangel.com. And when you sign up with your name and email, you'll get the link to get it. And in there, you'll find these trainings, and you'll find the replay, and you'll have a community of supportive people who are doing the same thing as you. I know many times when we're called to do this work, we feel very alone. We feel like people don't get us. We have this big calling inside. I know you feel this strong calling inside that you're meant to change the world in some sort of way, and you may not know how. You may not know what it's going to be or how it's going to blow up. And you may be feeling alone because a lot of people may not have as big of a dream as you do. But now you're in this group in Marketing for Angelic Entrepreneurs where you can get support and have a community of people who are all here to do the same mission as you. So that is super exciting. Whether you are just starting your business or whether you've been in business already, you may have a few clients and you're trying to expand. You may be doing it on the side while you have a full-time job, whatever it may be. These techniques are going to help you grow that. And one thing, it's funny, the angels were talking to me earlier this morning since I was doing this class today. And some of you may have a community of people who think, that what you're doing is a hobby. Oh, that's really cute that you do this thing on the side or whatever it may be, but it's so much bigger. You know that this is not a hobby and this is your life mission. And we're going to help you expand your life mission and get it out there. So today we're going to talk about finding your Navy. So what the heck does that mean? I came up with finding your Navy because I love how different celebrities call their fans different names. So for example, Rihanna, who's the singer, she calls all of her fans her Navy. So these people who are raving fans of hers, who buy her music, who follow her, who want to know what she's up to, all that kind of stuff. So with your business, it's going to be the same exact thing. You're going to find your Navy. You're going to find the people who are dying to work with you. They're begging to give you their money because they want your services. They want to know what you're up to. They want to know what you're doing, maybe through your social media, and they want to learn more about you and what you have to offer. And they are your raving fans. So it's all about finding who those people are for you. So Navy is also another word for your target market, your ideal audience, your ideal client. And I say ideal client because it's who you would ideally like to work with. It's not just, I just want to get out there and get anyone and everyone to buy my services. You don't want to do that because you want to work with people who are a pleasure to work with, who are a delight to work with. You want to work with people who are happy to give you their money, not like you're pulling teeth for them to pay you for their services. You want to work with people who value you, your time, and your gift. Okay, so that's why I say ideal client. So your audience is your Navy. So Rihanna calls her people her Navy, her fan base. Another example is Lady Gaga calls her people her little monsters. And who else? Justin Bieber calls his fans believers, which I think is so funny. And what's another one? I know Sam Smith has not come up with the name of his following yet. I'm in his following, and I'm waiting for him to come up with the name. But he said in one of his interviews that people have, his fans have come up with their own name, and they say Sam Fam, hashtag Sam Fam. So today we're going to be talking about that, how to find your ideal audience, what that even means, why you need to find it. Why you need to find your Navy is because you don't want to be working with anyone and everyone. When you have a specific niche or you have a specific audience of people you want to work with, it's much easier to speak to them in your marketing materials. So for example, that may be when you meet somebody on the street. You may meet somebody at a networking event. You may meet somebody even in like a Facebook group, perhaps, who you aren't friends with before. Through your email marketing, even your Facebook posts that you post online, all of those posts, you want it to have one single voice. It's as if you're talking to one person. Okay, so we'll get a little bit more into that. But the reason I believe in this so much is because you don't want to have very vague marketing and vague messages, because what they say is if you're marketing to everybody, you're marketing to nobody, because your message will be too vague that it won't reach the intended people it's meant to reach. Now, everyone's biggest fear when I talk about this is, no, but my service really is for everybody. Everybody needs what I have to offer. It will help everyone. And I don't doubt that. It probably will help everybody. But the whole point of this is that by having a targeted message to a specific audience, you're going to reach the people who really, really, really need you most. They need your gift most. In fact, they're suffering right now because they haven't heard about you yet. And you want them to hear about you. And that doesn't exclude people who are not part of your ideal audience. So for example, I'll give you an example. There's this lady I follow. Her name is Tiffany Montgomery. And her target market is teen mothers who basically got knocked up too early and they feel like they're failures. And they need to get their life together. They need to learn financial literacy, etc. I am nowhere near her target market, okay? But her message resonates with me so much that I am a very loyal subscriber to her, a loyal follower of her, and I've bought her services and products. Her services include private mentoring and coaching, as well as buying. She teaches how to publish a book. So she has a very specific audience, which is teen mothers, and she talks to them in all of her emails, but it still resonates with me because a lot of the things that they may be struggling with, I also struggle with. So you're not excluding people who are meant to have your gift. Whoever is meant to come to you is going to come to you whether they're in your ideal audience or not. So don't worry, you are not losing anybody. By doing this, you are still going to be reaching the people you're meant to reach. So just want to clear that up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen. I put a couple slides together that's going to help guide us in the conversation. So let's see if I can make this full screen. And of course, if anyone has any questions at any point, feel free to unmute yourself. Present. Okay. So today we're talking about finding your Navy. And finding your Navy, like I said, is your ideal audience. So Navy say what? So I already talked about what this means. What is your Navy? Your ideal client, your fan base that you're going to build, your following that you're going to build. So again, you must pick a Navy, otherwise your message will go to no one and you will have no clients. You'll notice all the most successful people, they are very specific on who they talk to. And when you get emails from people and you're like, wow, like I feel like they're talking to me. Like I feel like this email wasn't sent to 100,000 people. I felt like this email was literally talking to me. That's the type of effect you get when you have a specific niche and an audience. And that's the type of feeling you want your clients to feel, because that's how they're going to come running to you to get your services and offerings. So the first thing you want to do is decide who your Navy is going to be. So who is your ideal client? What do they do? Who are they? Maybe where do they live? If you have a specific business in a specific area, that might be one of your qualifications, that they need to live in a certain area. But if you have a virtual business, perhaps your qualification would be that they just need a working internet or a working phone where you can get on the phone and talk. To deliver your service, or maybe they just need a home address if you have a product that needs to be delivered to their home. So who are they? What do they do? What do they like? Where are they located? How do they operate in life in different ways? You can get creative with these. This is not a defined list. What are their frustrations? What are their pain points? What bothers them? Because getting to know all of these things is going to help shape your marketing and your email messages to them. For example, if somebody has a really hard time waking up and going to work in the morning because they hate morning time, and that's what they do right now because they're in a corporate job, but it is not what they desire at the end. So like that's something that frustrates them. So like you could write a story in one of your emails about how your life used to be like that, but now you've turned it around because you've built an online business and you can work whatever hours of the day you want. And that's how you can talk to them and relate to them and let them know that you know how they feel, you understand their frustrations, and you can help them get out of it. So this is really, really powerful when you can understand things that bother people and you have a solution to their gift or to their problem. You're more likely to build a strong relationship with them and for them to trust you and want to come to you. Also, understanding their ambitions. I know all of you, your ambition is to grow your business, to grow a following, to get more clients, to make more money. So understanding that for me allows me to deliver you guys the content that you need to help you get there. So that's why it's so important to decide who this maybe is for you. Understanding their fears. A lot of the people that I work with, they have huge visibility fears. They don't want to make a video and put it online because they're like, what are people going to think about me? So it's important for me to know that about all of you so I can, again, deliver content that helps address that. And then the next step is getting to know your Navy. So this step is basically you just brainstorming. So you're not necessarily going out and doing anything yet. So when you do this step, you're literally going to go ahead and get a pen and paper or open up a blank Word document and be like, Aditi's Navy, Shweta's Navy, Jill's Navy. You write that and then you literally write what this person is. And you'll write it as if it's one person. Like this person lives here and their frustrations are XYZ, their ambitions are this, their fears are this. So you're kind of creating it in your mind, you're visualizing it and you're deciding who you want to work with, okay? So this is all on your own. And this step, getting to know your Navy, is actually going out and finding these people who match your description. So, someone who does XYZ, has XY type of, 9-to-5 corporate job, or maybe your ideal Navy is like a stay-at-home mom who has 2 kids, etc. So going out and finding these people who match the description that you came up with here, you're going to go find these people. You're going to have conversations with them. If you already have an email list or a Facebook group or some way to reach them, you can do surveys. So basically this whole part is research, getting to know your Navy. And the reason you want to do this is you're, one, confirming that your Navy is the person you want to work with. Because what happens is, as you'll see here, you want to confirm that these are the people you want to work with. After you do your research, you may be surprised. You may find out things that you didn't realize. And you're like, actually, this group is, for example, I think at one point, and I did this in another course, and I think the person's target market was college students. And when they realized that college students don't really have extra money to hire someone to do whatever offering she had, she realized that actually I don't want to target college students anymore because they're not going to be able to afford my services. So the whole point of getting to know your Navy is to help you understand them better and get to know them deeper, but also for you to know if this is indeed who you want to work with, because you might change your mind or you may tweak some things about them, like about who the type of person you want to work with. So social monitoring is a term that I learned in marketing school. So I'll tell you what that is. Social monitoring is basically, for example, have you guys heard of focus groups before? A focus group is basically you put people in a room and you ask them questions, you get to know them and understand them so that company can understand their target market better. So imagine the world of social media, right? People on Twitter, people on Facebook, people on Instagram are writing things publicly about their lives and things that they think. So you can consider the entire social media landscape to be a huge focus group for free. You didn't have to bribe people, get them into a room, buy them pizza so they can talk. People are talking and they're talking online and you can find out what people are talking about. So there's different type of tools that allow you to monitor what people are saying. You can find out what people are saying about stress, about like whatever is related to your service and offering, about stress, about chocolate, about energy, about spirituality, whatever it may be. So you can actually, there's a couple of free tools out there where you can actually go online and monitor what people are saying. Like, what are people talking about? What are they having trouble with? What are their frustrations? What are their ambitions? So again, getting to know your Navy based on the stuff that you came up with before. And you may come up with new insights about your Navy, which will only help you with defining your Navy better. So again, first you go ahead and decide who your Navy is going to be, and this is you in a room writing down everything, all the characteristics. You can go as detailed as you want to be. The more detailed you are, the better. Then second, you're going to go ahead and get to know that. You're going to go find these people, or you're going to get to know them. You're going to understand who they are, what they do, what their pain points are, what their frustrations are, what their ambitions are, all of that kind of stuff. And you can expand out more than that. That's just a basic guideline. And then third here is confirm that this is who you want to work with. Maybe you'll tweak your description a little bit more. You may change your mind and say, you know what, I'm going back to step one and I'm working with a completely different type of person. And then last is finalizing your Navy. So Navy was a broad term that I used for this class, but what your description is going to be, it's going to be an ideal client persona. So you're essentially writing a persona of a person. Some people like to call it an avatar. I like to call it a persona. So for short, you can call it an ICP. And the whole description you did in step one is creating a persona. So that's what that is. You want to describe them. You want to decide what do they like, what do they do, all that kind of stuff, and then confirming it by having those conversations, doing the research, etc. And to make it even more real, you want to name this ideal client. You want to give it a name. You want to, if it's females you want to work with, you come up with a female name that resonates with you. If you want to work with males, you come up with a male name, whatever it may be, whatever resonates with you. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this person, and it's every time you write an email, every time you write a Facebook post, you're going to write it as if you're writing it to this person. So for me, my ideal client, let's call her Ariel. So every time I'm writing an email to my Navy, I am thinking about Ariel in my mind. What does Ariel struggle with? What does Ariel aspire to do? What does Ariel do every day? What story can I write from my life or from a client's life that will resonate with Ariel? Okay. So how do you get started? I don't know if some of this stuff is new to you or if you're familiar with all of this stuff already, but to break it down, to make it easier for you guys, how to get started, you want to create your ideal client persona, which was the step one of describing this person. Who are they? What do they like, etc.? What do they do? All that kind of stuff. And again, you can go as detailed as you want. When I ran a class this spring called Amplify Your Brand, we did this exercise, and one of the participants in the class came in with like 3 pages written down of this ideal client persona. So have fun with it, go crazy with it. The more detailed you are, the better. And again, come up with a name for this person. So again, when we meet next week for week 3, we're going to be talking about how to grow your following. And we're going to be talking a lot about this person who you're going to be talking to. So come up with a name and post it in the Facebook group. Share with us who your ideal client is, what you find out when you do your research and going out to talk to these people. Go get to know these people. Because again, in your marketing messages, you're going to be talking to this person that you're going to come up with. So next week, we're going to do how to build your Navy or your following. I'm going to talk about what tools to use to build your following and what techniques to use to build your following. So this will include a variety of online tools as well as like in-person type tools. So in general, how to grow your following. So what I want to do is I'm going to be doing a bonus class, as I mentioned earlier, on Periscope. So I'm going to be doing a bonus class today on Periscope. If you guys don't know what Periscope is already, it's a live streaming app. If you don't know what it is, definitely get on this call. It's going to be really cool. I love Periscope, and there's people who've already been building a following, making money from it, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to teach you guys how to use this tool, what it is, how you can use it for your business. So I'm going to be doing that. Let's see, what time is it now? I think it is 1:30. So I'm going to be, I'll give us maybe like let's do it at 2 o'clock. So we'll do a 30-minute break from this class. And if you guys are free, we're going to do the class at 2 o'clock. If you're not free, I will be recording the class, so the replay will be available. But before we sign off, I do want to see if anyone has any questions.
I don't have any questions, but that was really helpful. I like the 30-minute format. So I think that's really good. I just wanted to say that. And I like the whole thing of drawing the examples of the celebrities because that has an easy association.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
So the only thing I was going to ask you is, are you going to like put down the highlights from the class, as in like written highlights, or no? Because I was thinking like just the basic highlights, not like the everything, just basic highlights. That was one suggestion.
Okay, sure. I think I can summarize that. I definitely I think I can do that when I post it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it for this one. That was something that came to me, so I thought I would share. Okay. But thank you, Aditi.
Yep, no problem. And Jill, have any questions? If you guys can do me a favor, after we sign off this call, and if you're watching this replay, if you could please comment in the Facebook group, Marketing for Angelic Entrepreneurs, how you like this week 2 training, what you found helpful, and anything else you want to add. But for now, hope you enjoyed the replay. Make sure you do those steps. Go ahead, and if you have any questions when you're doing this stuff, feel free to post it in the Facebook group, and whenever I'm available, I'll be happy to answer those questions and help you guys out. And if you know anyone else who would benefit from these trainings, send them to themarketingangel.com, have them join us, and I will see you guys next time. And I'll see whoever is joining for Periscope at 2 o'clock. All right, bye.